Welcome Aries, this is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your November monthly horoscope reading. I've already laid out the cards in the horoscope spread using the Egyptian deck and a new deck called the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. We're going to get started, Aries, reading from the bottom of the deck. The card is Potential in this deck, and this is the Fool card in the more conventional deck. Potential indicates the energy of the Fool releasing all of the fears, experiences, blocks, and anxieties of the past, all of the expectations of past experiences, and ready, prepared, and able to move forward to take a risk into the future in a new direction, in a new project, in a new partnership. So this is you, Aries, moving out in full freedom, liberation from your past towards something new without having an expectation of what will occur. I'm going to put this card at the bottom in the middle of the spread and start with the first house, which is the Hanged One. And the Hanged One is indicating your desire to change your thinking, apply your ability to remove yourself from the passions of your current situation, to step back and observe your thoughts, the way your thoughts are creating your current situation, relationship, your current reality, certainly your experience of this reality, and understanding that by pulling back, pausing, looking for answers within, you're able to reconstruct the way that you think so that you can achieve a different experience of reality moving forward. And this is occurring in every area of your life in the month of November. The second house is the house of your possessions, your values. The Seven of Swords indicates that you have been managing the varying, changing, and shifting values that you are now seeking to understand and appreciate. In your attempt to understand your current situation, the community or environment that you find yourself in now, you have worked at understanding your experiences, the thoughts and the values that your current reality holds. You have wanted to move away from this situation for a while, and these cards are indicating that you have gathered up the courage and you've severed the ties with your current situation. Many of these are from the past. You are making a maverick move away from what is familiar and comfortable to you towards something that is a reclamation of some original or natural skill or desire or talent that you want now to reclaim and set off in a brand new exploration towards those skills or abilities. This does indicate a very painful and challenging severing of these ties, which has meant very clearly not a removal necessarily of people or situations from your environment, but a reshifting of your priorities to reclaiming your needs, your desires from the situation so that you are empowered to move forward. The Seven of Cups is another seven. So this is where you communicate. This is how you're communicating with your intimates and how you're processing this information of separation. So the separation is very much about you reclaiming your heart's desires from a time, a more intimate time when you felt more organically and naturally skilled and inspired into a certain direction. These former directions were about you feeling good, identifying the things that resonated with your experiences and with your desires. And you have really worked hard to extricate those ideas that have held you to a former, less satisfying environment that you are swiftly moving away from. The new options that are available to you can be really overwhelming, and they can mask the one true direction that you are moving towards. The fourth house is where you are at home, where you are in your past, where you are in a domestic space and environment. And the Four of Cups is interesting. It shows you to be moving into a space of greater emotional maturity and satisfaction. You have, in fact, you are laying the emotional foundation for your happiness, for your safety, for your security, and this is allowing you to welcome in those things that you may have taken for granted in the past, those things that you may have overlooked, those opportunities that are being offered to you that seem to be less than satisfying, less than what it is that you were expecting. And part of the lesson you're gaining throughout this time is to release the expectations of what your desires create and moving in more of the space of satisfaction, growth, peace, happiness, even the ability to process your emotions has grown to such a place where you now are stable in your own sense of your own experience, an acceptance of your experience, and an acceptance of the rightness of that experience, be that your family of origin, your home, your domestic sphere, your family, the community you live within, accepting the abundance and the satisfaction that is inherent, already inherent in the experiences that you have had. The fifth house is where you're creating with your peers, among other things, and the introspection card is the Hermit in other more conventional decks. Excuse me. This is an echoing of a similar process where you are looking within in terms of restarting, reinvigorating your creative potential, your ability and will to create things in partnership with others, where that becomes less work and more play is a space where you are seeking answers. You're looking at moving away from this reality of work, hard work, of meeting the expectations of other people and asking the answers, seeking those answers from those authorities that you recognize as being superior, your teachers, your guides, your ancestors. So this looking for answers outside of yourself is also a look for answers within. And with the Hermit card, as you process this experience of seeking, you are modeling that for others. You are becoming an example for others of searching for those things that resonate with your highest good. The sixth house is where you work and take care of yourself, where you endeavor to be creative with the way that you work efficiently and productively. Your health, your body, your ability to work with your peers, how you're sustaining yourself. The Nine of Pentacles is indicating a lot of independence, self-reliance. This 9 is repeated here in the house of creativity, building with peers, collaborating with others. The 9 of Pentacles is an indication of a completion. It's completion of the cycle of self-care, prosperity, personal abundance, self-reliance, and creating an environment that does not solely revolve around things, but is as much about the satisfaction, the appreciation, the nurturance, the self-nurturance, protection, and security that you have now established on your own behalf. In the 7th house of significant others, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is presenting you with opportunities. These opportunities are as much about the universe shining favor upon you and providing an opportunity that will help to shift your experience of the world and what you are pursuing, but it also is indicating that that which you have given to others is now a time for you to receive that back. It's an expression of karma where you have, throughout your struggles, throughout your obstacles, and throughout your journey overall, you have endeavored to give to others what you understood that they needed. And it is now your time to receive and to make a place for receiving the same benefits that you have given to others. The the Queen of Pentacles in the 8th house is really a repetition and a building on the 9 of Pentacles in the 6th. So with both of these cards, you are firmly established as a model of abundance, resourcefulness, and prosperity. With the Queen of Pentacles, this is in partnership with others, in partnership with a business partner, a romantic partner, but this is a long-term bond. This is a deep bond where you are trusting and are trusted as sharing in some resources that you are now able to grow, to advance, to improve upon. And in this ability to share, you are again helping others. You may be playing the role of a counselor or a teacher, an advisor, someone who actually scripts the development of a business partnership or a relationship so that it is abundant in as much as it creates a prosperous environment of safety and protection. The 9th house is your spiritual and philosophical values. And the 9 of Wands in this card, in this deck, looks very different than some of the conventional 9 of Wands. And you are at very close. There's 3 9s here in this reading. So you are completing a cycle. You are getting to very close to the end of a goal. And that goal is something that you are working with in community, in collaboration with others as part of a team. You're building something. You're building a system that others will be able to partake in and benefit from. So this is something about being more efficient with resources, but it is what those resources allow you to do. And you are now understanding that your inspiration that's coming, that is current in your life, is actually empowering you to, again, be an example for others, model for others success, victory against obstacles. And the final last one, it's taken for granted, so much so that you are losing your motivation around this effort that you've made. You've already accomplished whatever it is that you're building here. And I see this as something that you're putting out into the world as a business, as a class, as a course of study, as a training, something that you've developed, an organization or institution that others will be interacting with and also victorious. You're leading a group of people in this effort to build something of value. The 10th house is where others see you, how others see you, and your place in the world. The Two of Cups is a very pure connection. It's a very deep and familiar connection that is completely familiar among both parties. In this case, I see this as you and your higher self. You may be in significant relationships, friendships, partnerships with others, but it is the relationship with yourself that is of the most valued connection that you are now in a position to share and model with others. This connection is helping you to understand. It's putting you in communication with your past, a complete and total acceptance of the rightness of your path in the past, and complete confidence that in the present moment you have what it is you need to put together, construct a new reality that is in greater alignment with your goals and with the authenticity of who you are. So this is very much with the energy of the potential card, the Fool card here. I feel you moving very clearly in a new direction, having thoroughly released and accepted your connections with the past, making room for a stronger and higher communication and exhibition of your higher self and your newly empowered abilities to make connections, to share love. The 11th house is where you are connected with large groups of people, tribes, visible and invisible. The meditation card is a repeat of the Hanged Man. This is the Hanged One in conventional decks. So as always, when a card repeats, that's really an indication that the universe is really helping you to understand how critical this process of stepping back and seeking answers, consciously shifting your thoughts so that you can actually create a different experience of your reality. With so much material abundance, it is the conscious effort on your part to use that abundance to understand the way love works as a power in the world of equal value. You're learning how to stand back from your experiences, stand back from your feelings, and understand how to structure abundance, love, and connection so that it is available. It exists already in all people and all environments. The Eight of Swords in your 12th house is definitely giving me a picture of the challenges of this new approach as you move forward. The Eight of Swords indicates that you do, perhaps in your solitary meditations, in your introspection, you've become masterful at using your thoughts, perhaps in a way that is ultimately depleting to you. And that way of attempting to figure out every possible permutation of a situation that you are leaving or that you're moving towards is part of what has been difficult for you to release. You are now understanding that using your thoughts to create expectations and that is taking away from your ability to actually move forward in action and experience these new projects, these new creations that you are building. This is an opportunity for you to learn to release your expectations in every area of your life. And rather than expecting, it is carrying that sense of abundance and power and that ability to structure your thoughts so that in fact you are building and planning towards a reality that creates a completely different experience than what you have formerly been focused on. And so this is about continuing to cut away and analyze those old patterns of thinking, those things that you are now ready to release, and you're able to release them as you analyze them and let them go. I'm going to pull a crystal oracle card, Aries, to finish up this reading. And I have this beautiful pink quartz, rose quartz indeed. The key word here is self-love. I approve of myself and love myself deeply and completely. I'm going to leave it here, Aries, and thank you for your presence here. Again, I'm Regina from Pacific Tarot. If you like this video, please let me know that so that I know what content is useful and helpful to you. And if you feel so moved, please subscribe so that I can continue to stay on YouTube providing more free content. Until next time, Aries, Namaste.